Focus your attention. What do you see?
Giant. Sleeping.
Again.
Animals. Fighting.
Again.
Stay focused. Stay cautious.
Such is our calling.
You almost fried there. Good thing I was around. Traveler.
The magic. It's in you. Yours. Like the wind. Know who were the bad uns before even Ode? Us. That's who. Oh, they'd round us up. Or drown us down, lest we come to a change. And they were right. Aha! Ere blue blood is as old as Alkenstone, as omen beasts, as voicing trees. Each of these with magics no dullard human ever sees. The spell song made us forget all others. But Minnow, learn the river's verses, for only the souls now remember.
Weaponry deployed.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Storm inbound. Watch yourselves out there, troopers.
Got movement. Form up. Bugs!
Attention, evacuation in progress. Proceed. Safety signals connected. Security systems are. Your safety is our top priority. For now. Warning, hostile divergent. Expect the law enforcement brigade to arrive momentarily.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexei and I'm a lead game designer on Lost Rift, and I'm going to guide you with your first steps in a rift today. You wake up on a stormy beach of Pioneer Landing, and you get your first quest to investigate a mysterious tower in the distance. With terrible weather and lightning striking all around you, you decide to gather basic survival resources first, and with these you can craft basic things like bandages, axe, and a hammer. You notice some dodos in the distance, and with a well-aimed throw, you take one down and chop it up for more basic resources. And when you hop back in the inventory menu, you notice newly discovered recipes like a bow and arrow. By gathering some firewood, you build a campfire to keep you warm, and cook some meat for yourself and your teammates. At this point, you feel ready to head out towards the tower through the dangerous jungle, and after some exploring, you arrive at the tower just as the day breaks and the storm begins to clear. You will find notes left by characters throughout the world, and they will tell you more about this place and where you might find NPCs to rescue. This note will ask you to head east, which happens to have a convenient and fun zipline to take you down to the beach. Near the water, you find your first story NPC, Wade. She will become your first quest giver. By giving her some bandages, you recruit her permanently to your camp. After joining you, Wade is going to ask for your help to repair a nearby boat. For that, she's going to need some wood, string, and animal hide. She also mentions that a good place to find animal hide is in a nearby hyena cave. Our dynamic lighting makes caves a dangerous place to be, but with a few well-placed torches, you can reveal the threats that are hidden within. In the cave, you find an expedition map and harvest the remainder of the hides you needed to repair the boat. Now, your team is ready to go on your first PvPvE mission. So you head back to Wade, complete the quest, help her repair the boat, and set sail. This is where our servers will matchmake you with up to 15 players total into an unstable zone, where you will have 40 minutes to get in, grab what you need, and get out. Using your map, you can see which random entry and extraction points you have, along with the island's hot zones that contain high-tier loot. You will need to strategically plan out which camps you want to tackle first. And here we arrive at a stronghold populated by dangerous outcasts. The noise and the combat will draw the attention of nearby enemy teams, who will attempt to take the loot for themselves and send you back to Pioneer Landing with nothing. After fending off the initial wave of enemy players, you grab one of their pistols and bullets before another enemy team arrives. As they approach, you set fire to their closest retreat option and take them down. And once you've cleared all the enemy teams, you help your downed teammates back on their feet, bandage up, and loot the camp. You're looking for 2 electrical wires and a screwdriver to help Wade repair a communication tower door back at Pioneer's Landing. But you only found 1 wire, so you gotta continue looking. As you push through the jungle and continue your search, you end up dangerously close to an enormous ape. Here you choose not to engage. You play it cool just so you don't draw any extra attention from nearby players. As the nighttime creeps in, visibility gets low and you end up crossing paths with another team. A firefight breaks out, and using the lack of visibility to your advantage, you manage to encircle them and take them down. And you get lucky too, they happen to have another wire and a screwdriver that you really needed for your quest. So taking the quest items and anything else you could fit in your bags, you're booking it to your extraction point as the timer ticks down. There's another team happen to be going for the same extract, so it's a race to the finish line. You need to get out if you want to keep all this loot that you've gathered. As the team is trying to make it to the extract, this is a great time for you to head to our Steam page and request access to our playtest. It's happening right now till May 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We really want you to join our Discord server, where we're excited to hear your thoughts and your feedback. You can find the link to our Discord at lostrift.com. Till next time, it's been Alexei, good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in the Lost Rift.
forged in the crucible of war. House troopers are the first, last, and often only line of defense in the Imperium. With rigorous routines and a life of survival and combat training, the House Trooper is always ready for action. Drilled in heavy firepower, long-ranged weapons, and combat technology, a trooper is an expert in finding new vantage points and forcing enemies out of cover through gravitational manipulation. Mastering these tactics will help you become an effective opponent against even the most heavily defended strongholds. At the heart of a trooper's abilities lies a perfected muscle memory for all kinds of weapons, increasing your accuracy and handling at long ranges. This perfected handling will also help you with increased agility while carrying more destructive options. You will also learn to master the Holtzman anti-gravity technology known as suspensors. Throwing your anti-gravity grenades will trap enemies within its field, leaving them an easy target. And when pinned down by close-range attackers, releasing the suspensor energy will blast away any nearby enemies. In order to navigate the battlefield quickly, your tactical technology includes the Shigawire Claw, a fast climbing cable enabling unprecedented vertical mobility. And when no other solutions are possible, use the modified Hunter Seeker for a high explosive option to defeat heavily fortified enemies. Throughout the dunes of Arrakis, any school can be trained and improved by masters. Advancing your combat skills is the key to surviving any battlefield. But knowing your enemy also grants you access to their abilities, opening up synergies that surpass even the most deadly House Trooper. Salute in honor of your house, and venture brave into the dunes of Arrakis.
Talk about the Clone Wars. They talk about the big moments, the crisis points, planetary invasions, all-out assaults, cities bombed to rubble. Truth is, there's a war you don't see. fought in the shadows. The war beneath the war. A war that's won with the right strategy. Surveillance, ciphers, good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about. They're professionals. Setting aside their differences to take on the impossible. But that's the job, and they get it done.
Terra Bruma stands on the edge of ruin, but you remain. One final stand between order and oblivion. This is your reckoning. Now available on PC from Apogee Entertainment. Coming to consoles later this year.